welcome to Collectanea. This is Cindy with part 4 of my challenging myself to use my cartridges. Actually, I told you yesterday the video was 4, but this is actually number 4, and it's going to be somewhat of a repeat of yesterday's, and then I'm using the same 2 cartridges. I'm doing today a card that I have never done before yesterday anyway, and this I found the idea for on a YouTube video from someone called Creative Cucina. Starting with a piece of cardstock. This is from Coordinations. It's pink, and it is 11 inches long and 5 inches wide, 11 by 5. And then you're going to score it in 2 different places, one at 2.5 and one at 6 3/4. 2.5, 6 3/4. Once you have those scored, you're going to fold them up like this eventually, so that your card it's a tube sort of that you can slide something down into it. But before you do that, she had used a punch. She had punched a hole in the center here. Well, I wanted to use elegant edges and cut a hole there. And I went to the center point. I found the center of this panel right here, and then I brought it down 1 1/8 inches. I put the center down from, it was 1 1/8 inches down and 4 5/8 inches from this edge. So 4 5/8 down 1 1/8. That's your center point. And I used a little circle. It's called Scallop 1, and I cut that at 1 1/2. I used my center point right here. Use the center point feature on your Cricut and cut this out. And so what happens is that you've got this cute little hole right here. And it looks a little crazy at the moment, but it will look good in just a bit. Right, I'm almost ready to stick this down, but I wanted to show you where all the tape goes. It goes on this edge, the whole thing, on this side only on this small flap, and then here, because what you're going to do is you're going to glue this down, or turn this over and fold it over, making sure the edges meet a poof in this. I just take my bone folder then or press it out and use my bone folder to press it flat. You do want that little bit of extra in there because you're going to slide something down in it. Now, notice then that the hole is right in the center. It's a little bit down from the edge, maybe 1/4 of an inch or so from the beginning of it, from the top of the card. All right, and now, so you've got this pocket that you can slide something into it. Now, what you're going to slide into it is this. I have a piece of the same cardstock. Again, it's Coordinations, and I'll turn it so that the textured side is up. This is 4 inches by 5 inches. 4 by 5. Okay. Then onto that, you're going to add a mat. I have chosen paper from, I think Coordinations, I'm not sure, it's from Joann's, and it says it's a girl, appropriately enough. So I'm going to round the top edges of these. Make sure that if you're using something directional, that you actually get the top edges, if you want to do the top ones. If not, I suppose you could go around and do all of them, but this white piece is 4 13/16 by 3 13/16. 3/16 smaller than this one's 3/16 smaller than the pink mat. All right, so now we're ready to just put these together. Once again, I'm going to use my ATG gun to do that, and then I'll return. Alright, I have this put together, and now you can see how this will fit down in here. It slides right in, and since you have tape at the bottom, it doesn't slide down in all the way. You can still see it sticking up from the top. So now it's all ready to go that way. Now what you want to do next is add something to show through this little window. And what I chose is the same scallop, only a little bit larger. And this is a piece of white that I put through Swiss dots. and it is this hole, these hole here, the opening is 1 1/2 inches. This one is 1 3/4 inches. And again, I used the same Elegant Edges cut that I had used before, scallop 1. And then behind that, I'm going to use the same scallop, only with its shadow, so that it will show up from against that printed paper. So I'll put those together, and then I have a small face. Now this is what I used New Arrival for. 102 I mean, of the manual. You'll see this little baby. It's a cute little face. I didn't want the features because I wanted to stamp those features. So I used the blackout. Okay? And here's the blackout feature here. And so I cut that at 1 inch. The baby is 1 inch. Then I took a set of a stamp from Peachy Keen Stamps, face stamps, and I just stamped her little face right there. I shaded in her cheeks and her tongue with some pink chalk, and then added the white of her eye. She's just really sweet. Alright, I'm back with my little girl baby, and I have put all the layers together. Now, you want to be able to slide this in and have that little baby show where you want her to. So what I did was I slid this right in here, and then with a pencil I lightly marked around that circle so I knew where to put the baby. You're not going to see it, you're going to cover it up anyway. So I can see some light pencil marks, and I can make sure that it's centered side to side, and then I'm ready to just put this down and have it go onto the card, and we'll move on to the decorating of the other things. So I've got a zig two-way glue here. I'm going to put that down with that. And turn her so she's right side up. Watch where your marks are here. And it's more important that you get it side to side, I think, than up and down exactly. So we'll hope that this is right. And once again, I say that this is the first time for me to do this, so we'll see how it has turned out. Oh, beautifully. Right, and there she is, right where you want her to be, in the center there. What I have done is cut from the Beyond Birthdays cartridge, the one that I had used yesterday, this It's a Girl. And yesterday I used It's a Boy, so today I thought, well, I'll use It's a Girl. And I am using the just the cut itself. I didn't shadow it or anything like that, and I cut it out of white. And I think maybe this is supposed to be a bow over here, but I thought it was a flower, so I added a little center to it so it looks like a flower to me. And then what I wanted to do to dress this front up a bit is to cut a piece of white cardstock. Now this is just plain old, it's very lightweight cardstock actually, and I think that will be good. It is 11 inches long, just like the pink was, and I scored it in exactly the same places. 2.5, if you're going from this direction, it would be 2.5 and 6 3/4. And I did that so that I can fold this right around the card and have it match up just like it did with the card itself. And then I can put that together and have that be a little band. And the reason I wanted the band was that the ribbon that I'm going to put on is a sheer ribbon. I'm going to go ahead and glue those together and then tie the bow on here, and then I'll come back and put the sentiment where I need it to be. I'm back with the ribbon on the white strip. This is organdy ribbon and it's shiny, shimmery. So I'm going to set that aside for just a second and do the glue down the sentiment, It's a Girl. And I'm just going to use my Zig glue pen here. And I like to work with a piece of scrap paper behind it so that I don't get glue all over my table. Alright, and I think that will be good. Now I'm just going to put it over in the one corner of the card. sort of center it between the edge and the stripe here. Oh, that's really sweet. Hope you can see it. Slide it up so that you can. There. Oh, that's really sweet, really cute. Now, I have my insert card, and it's nearly ready to go. What I did at the bottom is I took my Making Memories slit punch, and you just use this by setting your punch here and whacking it with a hammer, which I did. And so now I have a little slit here. What I'm going to do is, this is made so that you can slip a gift card right there. And it works really well. It's very easy to do. So you'll slip that in there. But I wanted to put a spot here for a sentiment. So I cut an 1.5 by 3 inch piece of white, rounded the corners, and I made this pink piece 3/16 bigger, so it's 1 inch and 11/16 by 3 3/16. I'll put this on top of this one, and then you'll notice that when I slide my card in here, my gift card in here, these will not show. When the person pulls this card out, then the greeting will be right there. Now we're here with the finished product, or nearly finished anyway. Here's my card, and before I put this sentiment mat down, I decided to stamp congratulations. I had a Studio 112 stamp that was long and narrow, and it worked well. And I used some Studio G pink chalk ink, which worked well with it as well. So now the inside is all set. You would slip the gift card right here, and then you will slide this into the card, and what you see is this cute little girl baby, and it is just sweet. Her face is so cute and inviting, and then you just open the card, and out comes your greeting and your gift card. And the wonderful thing about this is it will fit a standard 4¼ by 5½ inch envelope, so you don't have to do anything special to it. Just slip it into a regular envelope, and it's all set. So thank you for joining me. I hope that you like this new idea. Have a great day. Bye-bye.